Hey, drop.
Guys, welcome back to the Buchanan County Sports Podcast, episode 19. We're moving right up there. Hard to believe 19 episodes already.
It's crazy.
We need a cake next week or something for the 20th, I guess. But basketball started up this week. A lot of the teams was in the Hoopalacha tournament at Richlands. But starting off on Monday, Twin Valley boys had J.I. Burton, and it wasn't a very good day for them there. They lost 80-17 to Burton. I think just kind of getting things started and stuff. The boys would show a little bit better performance later in the week. But
Yes.
Starting off the season, it's a lot of times it's real tough to get back adjusted and everything. But Braden White had 12 points in that. Brandon Mullins 3 and Hunter Smith 2. And then also that night, this wasn't part of the Hoopalacha tournament, but Grundy's boys got a pretty big win over Richlands. Considering Richlands ended up winning that Hoopalacha tournament, Grundy beat them on Monday.
And it was at Richlands.
Yeah, and at Richlands too. And that poses well considering, a lot of those boys will be, next year as far as be going against Richlands a lot of times. So,
Right.
Kyle, a great game from him. Kyle Hunt, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 assists. Logan Fuller, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Ryder Anderson, 4 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Ethan McClanahan, huge game, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 steals. Braden Conaway, 2 points. Jackson Deal, 4 points. That same night, Grundy played Richlands in the girls as well. Destiny Armendariz, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 assists. Emma Davis, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals. Kate Bostic, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. Aaliyah Armendariz, 1 rebound. Kendall Brown, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Sophia Belcher, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 6 steals, and 3 assists. Pretty big game for her as well.
Good game for a girl down in the paint.
Yep, for sure. Jade Vinsel, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 assist. Leah Rasnick, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 1 assist. Sierra Lowry, 2 rebounds. Addison Bell, 22 points, 1 rebound, 1 block, and 4 steals. Madison Lester, 4 rebounds and 1 block. So that was it for Monday. Pretty good night for Grundy on both the boys and the girls there, coming out with wins over Richlands in both. You want to take Tuesday there, too?
Yeah, Tuesday, December the 2nd, is the Hoopalacha tournament at Richlands. Brian Moore always puts that tournament on and does a really good job with it. So we'll go with the girls versus Council in that first round. And Council beat them 55-25 over Tazewell. Ella Rasnick with 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. Megan Hess, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 8 steals. Candace Runyon, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Lindsay Ratton, 11 rebounds. Then we move on to the same night, boys, Twin Valley versus Castlewood. And Castlewood come on top with that one, 70-59. But Braden White with 33 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Blake Cooper, 7 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. Brandon Mullins, 4 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Logan Dotson, 5 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Hunter Smith, 7 points, 4 steals, 1 assist. Nate Stiltner, 3 points, 9 rebounds.
Better showing from Twin Valley that second night there.
Yes, they started playing team ball.
Yeah,
they played team ball. Again, on that same night, it was boys, Richlands versus Council. Council come up on the short end, 74-25. But for Council, Jacob Ray, 14 points. Gage Brown, 5 points. Jesse Ray, 3 points. Dakota Mayhorn, 1 point.
Tylen, I'm assuming?
Tylen Owens. I'm sorry if I butcher your names. I'm so sorry. But that's what it looks like. 2 points for that young man.
All right, on to Wednesday night, the Hoopalacha tournament continued, and Grundy picked up a huge win over Pike Central, and I look back and they actually lost on a buzzer beater last year.
Yes.
Pike Central, in a really close game and stuff. So it was huge, picking up a 16-point win over them this year. Destiny 66-50 was the score. Destiny Armendariz 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Emma Davis 1 assist. Kate Bostic 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Kendall Brown 1 rebound, 1 steal. Sophia Belcher, another good all-around game, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Jade Vinsel, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Leah Rasnick, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Addison Bell, 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Madison Lester, 1 point and 5 rebounds. Hurley's girls was also in action on the night. Hurley beat Tazewell 54-20. Brianna Stacy, 15 points, 13 rebounds. Haley Hurley, 9 points, 3 assists. Jalen Dotson, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. And moving on to Thursday, you want to take that one?
Yeah. Thursday, we're still at the Hoopalachia tournament at Richlands. We're going with boys Marion versus Twin Valley. And Twin Valley comes up short on that one. Marion 77, Twin Valley 37. Braden White, 12 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Blake Cooper, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Brandon Mullins, 4 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Hunter Smith, 8 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. Nate Stiltner, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Hunter Cantrell, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Anthony Thornsbury, 2 points. Also there on the boys, Cornerstone was playing Hurley that night, and the Cornerstone beat Hurley 71-29.
Don't have no stats on that.
Don't have no stats on that.
We'd actually got that earlier today, but I hadn't had a chance to go through it and decipher all of it yet. But moving on to Saturday, the girls the Hurley girls played in the third place game and would win 52-47 over Eastridge. A huge win for the Hurley girls there. Haley Hurley with 11 points, Jalen Dotson 14 points, 4 assists, Brianna Stacy 10 points, 10 rebounds, Jada Stacy, 12 points and 11 rebounds. And on the boys' side, we had Hurley and Twin Valley facing in a consolation game. Twin Valley would win 57-49. From what I understand, that made a little bit of a late run. Hurley was leading there late, and Twin Valley come out on top. I've got the stats for Twin Valley, but also with the other one, I got the Hurley stats this morning and hadn't had a chance to go through them and stuff and type them up. Twin Valley, Braden White, 17 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Blake Cooper, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 assists. Brandon Mullins, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Hunter Smith, 9 points, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 rebound. Logan Dotson, 7 points, 11 rebounds. And then the girls' championship game of the Hoopalachia, Grundy lost a really close one there, 27-28 to Chilhowie. I hadn't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet, but I'm going to assume quite a defensive affair there.
I think they slowed it. Chilhowie probably slowed the ball way down.
Yeah.
And that's something Grundy's not used to. These Grundy girls are used to running a gun.
Yeah.
And, I think they found out if you slow the ball down, you could stop them.
Yeah.
And they did.
Adyson come out with 7 points, 1 rebound, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Jade Vinsel, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals. Destiny Armendariz, 1 point, 2 rebounds, 4 steals. Kate Bostic, 1 point, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block. Kendall Brown, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. Emma Davis, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Held a lot of prime scores there down pretty low there.
That tells me that they slowed it down.
Yeah.
They probably to a crawl and probably made everybody bored in the stands watching it. But that's what it tells you when you have a low score game like that. Is they wasn't able to run the gun. They can't run that court.
Yeah.
And they probably pressed pretty good. And Chilhowie probably pressed them pretty good. And it, like I said, it's probably the first time they've ever had a lot of pressure on them. And it's good that they had this pressure in this tournament so they get ready for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I know with the way they've got them cameras set up and everything, and they was having them at 2 schools. I'm not sure if the cameras was at both schools or whatever. I didn't get to see some of the games. Like I remember sitting down start of the week and was going to watch the the Council Tazewell game, and I couldn't find it. It wasn't on
Right.
there. But, some of them was, some of them wasn't. And I'm not sure what was the situation there. If maybe one of the schools didn't have the cameras, I don't know. But I did get to watch, Grundy's boys and girls, especially on that first night. And both of them looked really good. I know Grundy's girls came out, losing in that championship game. But like I said, I believe that was just apparently I've not seen it, but it sounds like a good game plan against them, because with a score like that, you can definitely tell, as you said, they slowed the tempo down.
Well, I know Doc will get them prepared.
Yeah.
And I know the girls are determined to get back in the winning streak, and they will.
Oh, yeah.
That team is tight knit. A lot of that team was your volleyball team.
Yeah.
So we know how that went.
Oh, yeah. And, with Adyson, she's our player of the week. She'll be on here shortly. Great game from her at opening round game.
Sophomore.
There. Yeah, sophomore. Playing big for them, definitely.
Yes.
And then, like I said, with the boys, great shooting from Ethan that night. I don't know if
I've seen the clip.
I actually threw together a little highlight video there because sometimes on NFHS they will actually do a recap, and I went and was able to pull little things from that and just slap that together pretty easily and everything. And he had quite a few good highlights for sure.
Well, I know he appreciates that, and not only just from him having that little clip, but that goes good for your college recruiting when they send videos out like that. So,
but
there are a lot of things that we could help seniors with, just like that right there. If they needed something put together, we can help them put it together.
Definitely got a good touch from outside for sure. His shooting is just improving every day.
Yes.
And like I said earlier, great showing by Kyle Hunt as well down low. And
them first five, man, on the floor, and nothing gets the guys that's sitting on the bench because.
Well, they really ain't much, and I'm not talking about talent-wise, I'm talking about number-wise.
Right.
They really ain't much of a bench for nobody.
No,
really.
And one good thing about them five that he starts, and Jory, he's the type of guy, he won't start the same five all the time. He'll come in and he'll have a different strategy to throw different players out there, but the first five he put out there against Richlands was the five that worked the hardest during the summer.
Yeah.
They work hard during the summer. I've seen them come off football practices and come off cross-country practices and go straight into that gym.
If Jory coming from that Moore system, it's all going to be earned on the court.
Yeah, and that's what he is.
If you're starting, and that's the way Moore did, and I'm sure that's the way that Jory coaches too.
Yes, the mentality with Jory Rife is, Coach Jory Rife, sorry. If a ball gets loose, if five of the Grundy players not diving for it or going for it, whoever's not doing it, one of them's going to come off the court if they're not doing it. That's just the way he's teaching.
Oh, yeah.
And he does well teaching with it, and everybody's bought into Coach Rife. He's excellent. He's a good teacher because, over the summer he does this YMCA basketball camp and does great with it, even to little kids.
It's amazing that's still going, and so many different people over the last 30 years. I remember Coach Horn of Hurley did it for several years and stuff, and different coaches from all the different schools just took it over, and it's still going to this day. And
like I said, giving back.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. But I guess that's it for the recap and everything. We'll move on to the interviews. All right, guys, we're here with Ethan McClanahan of the Grundy basketball team. This week, Ethan helped lead the Wave to a 66-59 win over the Richlands. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals. Sorry about that. But congratulations on being the player of the week this week.
Thank you.
And Tim, you got some questions?
I've seen a highlight video Michael put together, man. You're on that outside three-point, you just sink them. Yeah. And then it seemed like when you sunk it, you got back on defense and you stole the ball a couple times. They've thrown it in and you already there getting it. That just shows grit. Yeah. What I call grit, hustle. Yeah. How did you first get into basketball? And I've known you forever. Yeah. And I know J.M. Bevins when you come up through. So what made you first go out the first time you ever thought about playing basketball? What made you do it?
Well, as you said, you've seen me as I was a little kid, and it's, I've always played sports all the way through. And I've played basketball since I was, able to play basketball and able to join the K3 team or whatever it was at that time. And, you know, I grew up playing basketball and football and various sports here and there. But, you know, after middle school and I got to high school, it was mostly just basketball. And after, you know, I ran a couple sports in freshman year. But, you know, I really found that love and passion for basketball because I never got, you know, that, you know, I guess therapy and family-like connection I did with any other sport other than basketball.
Well, you've been around basketball all your life.
Yeah.
You know, you had a brother that played, and you was around it with him. So you guys always played together, out shooting hoops places. So that means a lot. Who has influenced you in your game the most growing up?
I don't know if I can pick just one. There's so many.
You don't have to pick just one.
You know, as you said, Tanner. You know, Tanner was always, you know, that bigger brother, you know, that beat the brakes off of me, you know, and
I'm assuming that's changed some now.
Yeah, he'll never admit it, but it has. You know,
he can't keep up now, right?
No. And my dad, you know, he's always been an important part, and mostly been my coaches through all the way through. My mom may not be the most athletic, but she's been there for.
She's the loudest, isn't she?
Yeah.
And you know she's there.
Yeah. And she's been there after, you know, a couple of tough games, you know, to bring my cheers back up. And a lot of my coaches, Doc, Jory, you know, Woj, a lot of them have been very prominent in my role in basketball.
What have you enjoyed most playing for Grundy High School? This is your senior year, and it's not just your senior year. Yeah. This is the year the school's closing. Yeah. So it's not just, I tell people, you guys getting cheated out of your senior year because the school's closing and everybody's focused on the school closing and they're not focused on seniors.
Yeah.
And that's the part I don't like. Because
too many times it's been said that it's everybody's senior year.
Everybody.
Like,
and it's not.
You know, it kind of takes away from you guys.
Yeah. It's not everybody's senior year. This is your senior year. Mm-hmm. You know, you played this is your fourth year starting as a senior. Now you're a senior. Starting as a player, now you're a senior. What do you think, what do you enjoy most playing for Grundy High School?
There's a lot of good aspects with Grundy basketball, but the one that I like the most is, especially this year, was the family-like connection. Because, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it against Richlands, but, I mean, we just have so much team chemistry, and I've basically grew up with this team. You know, we started off playing against each other, but, you know, as we got out of county ball, we played with each other. And, I mean, you know, just yesterday I spent all day with, you know, 3 of my teammates doing the Salvation Army Bell, and you don't get that anywhere else. And
we was talking about that earlier, and you know, it's you guys, and I've seen the cheerleaders and the wrestlers and everything, and that just whole giving back to the community thing. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Well, that just goes back to the parents, your parents, goes back to your coaches. I've seen that huge giving back. You know, you've seen it. You know how little kids come up to you and excited to see you, and you talk to them. You know, and in giving back, when they see you out there giving back like you did this last week, you're setting an example for them, and it's such a good thing to do. It's awesome.
You know, setting an example. You know, I got a question. Was there ever a time when you was younger that you were that person? You was that little kid, and you was seeing something from like an older basketball player with Grundy?
Yeah, because I was always, you know, I went to open gyms with like Cade and all them my 6th grade year, and I seen like how they treated the coaches and like how they went about their manner and like practices, and they didn't goof off and they took it serious. And you know, I took that and instilled it in me to, you know, take that to these 8th graders coming up. That's going to be for Southern Gap, you know, to take it serious. And you know, Doc always did preach the community aspect of it, and Jory's carried it on. That we're doing a community project like every month to try and give back to the community. Wow. And I hope that
that's amazing.
Smaller kids take up with that too.
Yeah, because you mentioned the 8th graders, but there's a lot of very smaller eyes that are watching you too.
Well, talking about giving back, you started a program last year, recycling program, and that's very helpful to our community to be able to recycle. So people don't know much about that. They can reach out to you and you can help them out with it. But it's good to have that. Who on the team pushes most in practice, and why do they push you?
Like again, I don't know if I could pick just one because they all push me like a lot. You know, as a captain, you know, you're not always supposed to know what you're doing, and you know, I'm human, so I'm gonna have times where I'm, you know, not always on my A game, and it's very important for my team to be there for me, and they all push me. But Ryder Anderson, he gets up every morning, and we go with these early practices where we practice 4 to 6. We won't have time to shoot after school, so we've been getting up early in the mornings to shoot before school. And you know, he's always there, and we'll take turns shooting, and he's always been that person to be there and push me.
That's great.
What does being a leader on and off the court mean to you?
I mean, it means everything, you know, to be able to be that person that people look to as a leader, you know, and to be able to be like that person that instills that to other people. Because, you know, I want to be that leader that not only leads those people, but also sets an example. Because, you know, I want people to know Christ and, like, know my character on and off the court. So, I mean, it's just special.
At the end game, Christ.
Yeah.
That's most important. Yeah. Yes. How do you prepare mentally before a big game?
You know, this might come as a surprise, but I mean, I try not to think about it too much, because if you think about it too much, you're going to put that pressure on yourself. And, you know, with these college classes I've been taking, I took psychology, and pressure is a psychological factor that it's, you know, you put it on yourself. And, you know, I don't want to put any extra pressure that I have on myself. And, you know, you said being a leader, you know, if your leader's nervous, everybody else is going to be nervous. So I don't want to be, like, I try not to put too much pressure, not think about it too much.
What's the most pressured-filled moment that you've had on the court?
Throughout high school?
Yes.
All high school?
Well, it don't be happy high school. I know you went and played overseas and stuff, so that's very pressured.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it would probably have to be that, knowing.
And it should be, right?
Yeah, because knowing, like, how much the community, like, believed in me to go out there, and how much they gave to me and all the donations that I was very thankful for. You know, I just wanted to, you know, to not only make them proud, but make my parents and family proud, you know, that they got the opportunity to send me there.
Well, you put Buchanan County back on the map when you done that.
Yeah.
And we are proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Buchanan County needs young men and women to be able to do that. And we need to help young men and women to be able to achieve such things. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, what game taught you the most about yourself as a player?
Probably my sophomore year, Lebanon at home. And, you know, that game, that year was a very senior-oriented team. That was Jonah and Jonah and Caleb and Landon's senior year.
Yep.
You know, with Davide coming in, I was, you know, I was just a role player at that point. And, you know, I had spent all that summer, you know, practicing and trying to play my role. And, you know, I went out there, I didn't score at all. You know, so I was, you know, having doubts and stuff. And then I went home, and it was kind of like a gut check moment. Because, you know, am I going to let that define me, or am I going to keep going? And, you know, I ended up pushing on, and now I'm here.
That's good. What's your personal goals this season? How close are you to 1,000? Do you know?
I do not know, because
that's a good thing.
I told my parents not to tell me about my points.
I'll ask your dad later.
Yeah,
and I won't let you know.
Okay. Because I tell them not to tell me about my points, because I don't want to be so centered around points I forget about the other aspects of the game.
That's right.
But some of the goals that I would like to achieve is, you know, obviously hit my 1,000 as a personal goal, but also I'm winning region, and obviously, you know, making it past that Final Four for state and making history. Because, you know, Cade and all them, they made it to Final Four, but I want to make it farther.
Where do your Hope basketball take you in the future?
I hope it takes me to a place that a lot of eyes are on me, that I can spread the gospel, because that's the reason that I play basketball, is to hopefully make it to a bigger stage in life where a lot of people watch it, and I get to spread the gospel to a wide number of people.
Gotten quite a few offers so far, ain't you?
Yeah, I have 2 in total right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. When you put God first, everything else just falls in place.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So you're doing the right thing. You're putting God first, and it's hard in your shoes as you're growing up as a young man. You are with the society that's around you. It's hard to be Christian faith. It's very tough this day and age.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to criticize you, but don't let people get you down. You stand hard in your faith.
I will.
How do you balance school, sports, and personal life?
You know, as we were talking before, it is a challenge, but I have my parents help me a lot
Good
whenever
support
I need
system.
help with school, because they've always instilled in me, you know, school comes before athlete. So I always try to work ahead and get my schoolwork done, you know, before like weeks like next week where I have 3 games. I'll try and plan ahead and, you know, do as much as I can so I'm not having to like bounce back and forth, and I can put my full effort into school and I'm not trying to rush.
Well, that's all the questions I got, but I want to congratulate you
Thank you.
being a Buchanan County Sports Broadcast Player of the Week.
Yep.
We've had you on before.
He did
And
the
it's a true-
podcast with Chris as well.
Yeah, and we done that
Yep.
courtside with Chris with you.
Yep.
It was very interesting. There's nothing but good things going to come out of you.
Thank you.
Nothing but good things. You've grown to a good young man. You've grown up. You're getting taller. I can't wait to watch you tomorrow night. I think I'm on the radio tomorrow night and Friday night announcing, so Ronnie and I will be announcing the game. It's going to be very interesting. Ridgeview, hopefully it don't snow and they won't cancel it. Ridgeview always brings a good little ball team.
Yeah.
So I think as Grundy needs a little pressure on that. We need to know where we stand right now.
Yep.
Because that's your region. That's going to be your region. But I can't speak but volumes for you. I can't wait to keep watching you this season. And after this season, your senior year, and you graduate, where you go. That's going to be interesting to see what college you chooses.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that and celebrate with you.
Thank you.
And I want to be there to celebrate when y'all win state.
Yeah. Yep.
I only see great things ahead for you, especially, you know, always keeping your faith first and everything, and just extremely proud of you and all your accomplishments so far, and appreciate you being with us today.
I thank you all for having me.
Thank you. All right, guys. Next up here, we're joined by Grundy sophomore Adyson Bell. Last week, she helped lead the Lady Waves to a 2-1 record in the Appalachia tournament. The Lady Wave would lose by 1 point to Chilhowie in the championship game. Adyson would have a huge game on Monday against Richlands with 22 points, averaging 13 points and 3 steals a game during the tournament. We appreciate you joining us today, and congratulations on being the Player of the Week this week.
Thank you for having me.
22 points. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank
I
you.
mean, just your stats itself speaks volumes. Okay. Sophomore.
Yeah.
That means a lot too. You're coming in because you got 4 seniors,
Yeah.
and you're the 5th one on the floor as a sophomore. So that speaks volumes. That shows you what kind of girl, what kind of lady you are. Your hustle. You got that grit, like I said, grit. Who inspired you to start playing basketball, and who encouraged you the most?
Honestly, I don't know. I think when I just picked up a ball for the first time, I just fell in love with it, and I just kept pushing myself. And then my uncle, he plays a big role in it. He was a big ball player.
Okay. Who is a female athlete that you look up to, like in women's NBA or somebody like that?
Caitlin Clark, for
Caitlin
sure.
Clark.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she can sink them 3-pointers about way behind
Yeah.
3-pointer. I mean, she hustles. How has playing with the girls' basketball shaped you as a person?
It's kind of built my character. Like, just the girls around me and the family, we just all bond, and it just feed off each other, good energy.
What leadership qualities do you think are the most important for a girls' basketball team?
Being able to push through the bad and go, no matter how much bad we have, just keep pushing till we get good, and then just keep pushing.
I know everybody has a skill that they like to be better at.
Yeah.
What's the skill on a basketball floor would you strive to be better than what you are now?
Defense.
Defense.
I love defense.
I was going to say, I know it ain't 3-point shooting. She seems to have it down pretty well.
Her and Ethan both shoots them 3-pointers.
4 or 5 in that game that was she scored 22 in. I was just looking at.
How do you prepare yourself mentally before a big game?
Just pray about it. That's all you can do. Just pray about it. Let God handle it.
Yep.
Nothing like God, are they? What goes through your mind in a close late game situation, just like Chihuahua game?
Yeah.
Even though y'all got beat by 1 point, you got to clear out of your head. But
Yeah.
what went through your head when you seen the final seconds go off the clock?
Just forget about every point, every play that we had before, and just focus on that one moment. Just focus.
I was going to ask you, how do you handle pressure when the game is on the line? Because that's when the game was on the line.
Yeah.
You get beat by 1 point.
Yeah.
So how did you handle that pressure?
I just calmed myself down, told myself I could do it. We got this, and just played our game.
Did they slow the game down real slow? Is that why the score was so tight?
Yeah.
About like a crawl.
Yeah.
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 That's when I see a score that's so little.
Yeah.
Because you guys like to run a gun.
Yeah.
You know, run that court, run a gun. That's what Grundy High School is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then when I seen that score like this, I said, man, they slowed that ball down to a crawl,
Yeah.
to a boring.
Yeah.
If you're sitting and standing, it'd be boring because
Yeah.
I was like, wow, come on, speed it up.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge you face as a female athlete?
Just pushing through all the adversity of, like, I don't know, boys sports being better. Girls are just as good, if not better than
I
boys.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It ain't all boys.
Yeah.
They're girls just as good as boys.
Yeah.
I agree.
But every game we play, we just prove that.
What's the one thing about girls basketball that people underestimate?
Probably defense, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just think they can score on us, and our defense is good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game or moment from your basketball career so far? You're just a sophomore.
I don't know. Honestly, last night when I hit the free throw to tie the game, I like that.
As a moment that you'll always remember.
Yeah.
Yes. Now this is, you done answered it, but I want to ask you again. Is there a moment that made you realize how much you love the game?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. What goals have you set this season?
Winning region and getting deep into the state tournament.
What team goals matter the most?
Beating Honecker and Ridgeview.
That's exactly it. If you don't beat Honecker, you don't beat nobody.
No.
Misty Miller does great.
She is.
She's a good coach.
She is.
Where do you hope basketball will take you in the future? College, leadership?
Yeah. College would give me a place to spread the word of God and just bring people to Him.
Y'all killing me. Woo! I love it. What has basketball taught you about being confident? Go out there with confidence.
If you don't have confidence, you can't play. You have to have confidence to have a good game. No matter what happens, just keep pushing to the next play.
You've got a lot of young girls on the team this year.
Yeah.
4 seniors. You're a sophomore. Another sophomore, I think. Then there are 3 freshmen?
Yeah.
So looking at the freshmen, what can you tell them? Because you was a freshman last year, and it's not been long ago.
Yeah.
What can you tell those freshmen to help them get through that first year to get on the court?
Yeah. The game, I just tell them the game is way faster, but as long as you slow it down and play your game the way you know how to and not panic, you'll be fine. They're doing a really good job.
Well, the whole team does a good job.
Yeah.
As one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Doc does a great job coaching. Doc,
Yeah.
I've been around Doc a long time, and Doc is a great coach. So, beat Honecker
Yeah.
and Ridgeview.
Yes.
So, Honecker, Ridgeview, that's your region.
Yeah.
You know, if you can beat them 2 in a regular season, and then go in a region, they're going to have to practice hard to beat you.
Yeah.
So that's good. couple more questions. To give back to your freshmen, to be able to just give them a talent that you have, what would it be? What talent would you give them? That's a hard one.
Defense, though, because defense is what wins you the games. No matter how much you score, if you can't guard it, you're not going to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could play any sport other than basketball, what would it be?
It's definitely like still handball or pickleball.
Handball or pickleball? Well, I just want to congratulate you
Thank you.
on being the Buchanan County Sports Podcast Player of the Week. I've watched you grow since the days we was at Gladiators to now. And what a great player you became. You've became a great player. Very passionate.
Yeah.
And when I say about passion is you care.
Yeah.
If you knock somebody down, you're going to help them up.
Yeah.
That's passion. That's what I think about passion.
Yeah.
Grit. Grit is something that I call is you're going to get after it. If a ball goes out of bounds, you're going to dive and get it.
Yeah.
That's grit. That's what I call grit.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, you've got it all. One package.
Thank you.
Don't quit. Play hard, practice hard. What you practice is what you get out of practice. What you get out, what you put in is what you get out. Keep going hard. It's sometimes you don't want to practice.
No.
I know how Doc is. 6 o'clock in the morning is hard,
Yeah.
and it's hard, but it pays off, right?
Yeah.
You know, our wrestlers do it.
Yeah.
Why can't our basketball boys and girls do it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I am very proud of you.
Thank you.
You've come so far
Thank you.
in so short distance. You know, you walked on that team last year, and you didn't start every game,
No.
but you was on the floor a lot starting.
Yeah.
But this year you're starting.
Yeah.
So that says a lot
Major for a sophomore.
for a
really.
sophomore, and you've got 4 seniors sitting there on the court with you, sharing a ball with you,
Yeah.
and you're helping a whole lot. You're
Yeah.
a key player.
Yeah.
So, and Doc bragged about you last time we had Doc on here last week.
Did he?
Said you was a go-getter. So that's good coming from a coach.
Yeah.
So don't get no big head.
I won't.
But thank you so much. I'm
Thank
so
you for
proud of
having
you,
me.
and I'm so glad you put God first. So glad. I know how your family is, your mom and dad. They want you to put God first, and you put God first. That's what we are.
Yeah.
We want to be God first.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
know,
for having
we was
me.
talking about you shooting earlier, and of course, you know, Ethan was here earlier, and great shooter in his own right and everything. A couple years ago in the All-Star weekend, I think it was, they had the girl from the Liberty and everything, Sabrina, I can't never pronounce her last name, but she went up against Curry and everything. How do you think that would go with you two?
Oh, that would end in a big fight. I can tell you that.
Well, as far as the outcome goes.
I don't know. I'd beat him. I'd beat him.
Without fouling him.
No, I'm talking like
Like
a
a
three-point
sh-
shootout.
a shootout.
You think you can beat him shootout?
Yeah.
We need to make that happen, don't
Yeah.
we? We need to make that happen. I think you can do it.
Yeah, definitely need to make it happen. But anyway, we really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Congratulations on being Player of the Week, and
Thank you.
definitely be watching for all your success coming up this season. And like I said, appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right. All right, guys. Next up, we're continuing our basketball preview that we started last week and trying to get the rest of the coaches on. Today, we're joined by Danny
Sifford
of the Council of Boys Basketball Coach. Danny, I appreciate you joining
Thank
us
you for
today.
having me. Thank you for having me.
So just wanting to touch a little bit on how things are going so far.
Well, you know, so far everything's
The
going.
Appalachia tournament this past week.
Oh yeah. We played 2 games. We played the eventual champion Richlands, and it was our first game. And you know, I have a couple young kids, and I think they got starry-eyed a little bit.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah. And we played the second game against Castlewood Saturday. I guess that's yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And we played pretty good. We played a lot better. You know,
You know, I actually didn't get nothing from that game. What was the score on that one?
46-40.
Okay.
And you know, we had some opportunities, and we let them slip through our fingers a little bit. But you know, young team. We only have 7 ball players.
Yeah.
And
Numbers is low everywhere right now, seems like.
Yes. I'll tell you what, up here, the facilities, Southern Gap, if they get those young kids, get them involved early, they can build some programs up
Yes,
here
sir.
because they've got the facilities to really come along if we could just get the kids involved.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Tim, you got some questions?
Yeah. What core values do you install in your players? I know they're young, so you want to install a core value to them. What do you install to them?
Well, one thing that I try to do is I thank my Father in heaven every day,
There you go.
and I try to teach these kids, what dedication to the Council High School, what loyalty means, what hard work means, and those kids they're some of the greatest kids that you've ever seen. Well, a lot of these kids in Buchanan County, almost all of them that I've met, I'm like a kid magnet. Some of these kids from other teams, they'll come up to me and start horsing around with me, and
That's great.
Yeah, and I love it. That's I'm getting up there in age. I'm 29, and I try to teach these kids that what it means to get in the gym and hard work and the dividends that it'll pay off. And I just try to do that.
What you put in is what you're going to get out of it, right?
Every day. Every
sir.
day. That's life.
What are the team strengths this year?
Well,
I know you said you're young.
yeah, but team strength, I have to start off with Jacob Ray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great kid.
Great kid, I'm telling you.
We
He
got to
is-
see him a lot in cross country there, and he gives it everything he's got.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is unbelievable. When I first came to council, he was a sophomore, little skinny kid, had snot running from his nose and stuff, but he had potential then. And Coach Rasnick, the AD, he told me, he said, "You got a kid right there that, work with him a little bit. He could turn out to be something special." And I asked him when he was a sophomore, I said, "Do you want to dunk a basketball?" Because he's, long and lanky, he's about 6'3", but hadn't really been in the weight room or anything.
Right.
He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I promise you, if you get in the weight room with me," this was his sophomore year, I said, "this summer, I will have you dunking by the end of the summer." And he got in the weight room and worked, and the next thing you know, he's throwing them down. He's almost got the two hands, but he's getting the one hand now.
You talk about Jacob Ray, just such a good kid.
All around, he made all region this year in golf, or not made the regional playoffs, and this was only his second year ever swinging a golf club.
So that shows you what kind of athlete he is.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
smart,
Natural-born athlete.
Smart. He loves basketball though. Oh my God, he can do it all. He can run. He runs like a deer, jumps like a deer. And
Excellent.
handle the ball.
Senior though.
Senior, yeah. That's
That's
the
the
only
bad part.
downfall.
So I know you got a young team.
Yes, sir.
How do you help players grow individually while keeping the team united?
Yeah, that's always a struggle sometimes because young kids, you may be working with one and they think it's, well, he's not working with me, and that's you
That's
said
right.
to keep them united. But I will. This summer, I was the golf coach, and Neil Rasnick really helped me out getting them in the gym, working on their ball handling skills and things like that. And those kids really love each other. And that's something that, my last thing I always tell my kids when we go out before a game is play hard, play together, and play for each other. And that's all I can do. And they play for each other. They hang out all the time. Where you see one, there's usually two or three. They really, really love each other and respect each other.
How do you prepare opponents throughout the season?
Well, with seven, we were working on a trap there the other day, and I had to do a two-man trap, and it was just me.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, but we watched some film, and then we discussed their strengths and their weaknesses, and how we might be able to attack, or if we want to kind of speed up a little bit, or most of the time with just seven, I always like to push the ball up court, and now we have to do it kind of
Yes.
just in spurts, you know,
Yes.
because I have to
Wear
give
'em
them a
out.
break. Yes,
Yes.
And
yes.
do you guys by any chance have a JV program?
No, sir. We
So that makes it even harder. It ain't like you can practice the JV with the varsity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We could almost have a JV team, but then we'd only have 6 varsity kids.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and if something and those were 8th graders. Now that's a good little 8th grade group, though. I mean, there's some athletes in there, but we couldn't do both, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What qualities do you look in a great player like Jacob? What qualities do you look for? It don't have to be Jacob. You can look on the other players.
Well, you know, I've got some great kids, and one of the things that I try to look for is how they react under pressure or under situations. And you know, I miss, you know, not having enough. We used to go over situations and how they respond, and you know, I look for character in the kids, and not only on the basketball court, but in the classroom and everywhere else too.
There you go. It's not all about basketball, is it?
No, sir. No, sir. Hey, you know, it's called student athlete for a reason.
Yes.
You're student first and athlete second.
Yep.
How do you help players bounce back from a mistake or a tough loss? Just like this past weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so close.
Right. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
come in tomorrow. How do you get them to bounce back into the rhythm of we're going out there to win?
That's right. You know, and what I always like to do is, you know, we look at our mistakes and then get better from them, and those kids respond really well. You know, if I'm coaching, they respond. You know, it's not like they get an attitude, oh, he's picking on me, or, you know.
Right.
They're really responsive to what I have to teach them, and going over game plans. And, you know, one of the things, I have a sophomore guard, and I get on him sometimes because one of the things I try to get him out of doing is putting the ball over his head. I said, look, you're just inviting the defense in.
Right.
I said, this ain't fifth grade PE class.
That's right.
He done it Saturday. Well, against Richlands, he done it quite a bit, but then Saturday he only done it once or twice. But he said, as soon as he did it, he could hear my voice in his head saying, "Oh no!"
That's what you want in situations like that.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes.
means
He's
you're getting to them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I tell you, those kids are something special. I love my boys.
Oh yeah, and it shows. It shows you love them. It shows. It
Thank
sure
you.
does.
I do.
How do you manage the expectation of the parents and the community?
Oh, let me tell you guys. I grew up in St. Paul, small school. I had, you know, a good high school. St. Paul so small, and the community supported. And I came to council there, like I said, 3 years ago, and the parents and the community, I tell you what, now they believe in that Cobra Blue.
Yeah.
And excuse me, they support anything that we want to do. You know, I started a sandwich club, took some volunteers to,
Really?
and they would fix the kids' sandwiches. And this one lady took it a step beyond that. Before home games, I mean, they had, like, you know, 3-course meals. And
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
So the support, and you know, you're always going to have a little bit of, you know, people who, well, you should have done this or should have done that.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand.
Always
that.
someone quick to criticize, no matter what it is.
Yeah, but you know, I took some advice from a guy named Nick Basil down in North Carolina. I was assistant football coach with him, and Nick said, he said, Danny, if you're going to be a coach, you can't have rabbit ears.
There you go.
You got a philosophy, you stick to it, and let the outcome take care of itself.
What do you hope your players remember most about playing for you?
Well, they probably already have a few memories, but I hope that my kids take away, will remember that old Coach Sifford really loves them.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't have love all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you
Sorry,
give them
I get
love.
emotional
Oh,
when
no.
I start talking about my kids.
No.
I want them to know that I was always there for them.
Yep.
Through the good times and the bad times.
It shows you love them when you get emotional.
Well, I do.
That's what it shows. What life lessons do you hope your players take with them after graduation?
Yeah, I want them to get in there and know that I remember the hard work that we used to do in basketball. He made us run, and I used to get mad at him and stuff, but I seen what hard work can do for me, not only on the basketball court, in the classroom, I'm always on them to get those grades up. And, I said, I tell them, and, it might be coach speak, but I tell them, I said, look, if winning was easy, everybody'd do it.
Yeah.
Only the people who are willing to put in the work.
Hard work pays off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's all the question I have. I want to congratulate you on being the coach at Council High School.
Oh, they got tradition. Thank you.
A good program over there. It's always been a good program, and I'm glad that you stepped in and take control to give back to the community.
Oh, I
boys.
love those people over there.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Buchanan County has been blessed with a bunch of great people.
We're blessed beyond measures. We
Yes,
sure
sir.
are.
For
Yes,
sure.
sir. Yes,
But
sir.
we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. I
Best of
appreciate
luck
you.
on the upcoming season. We're back here with another one of our coaches' interviews. Got Jory Rife on. But made it this week.
Yeah, made it this week.
He was supposed to be on last week, but
He was doing honey-do work.
That's right.
honey-do work. ain't it?
That's
Honey-do
right.
work. Take care of the wife.
We all know about that, ain't it?
Yes.
That list never does get
If the,
shorter.
wi-
does
if
it?
the wife's happy, everybody's happy.
It just keeps expanding.
That's right.
But appreciate you joining us this week. I know you all had a game earlier in the week. Richlands, big win there.
Yeah, that was a good win for us. Still a lot that we need to improve on. Luckily, it's just early in the season. A few good things, went our way as far as some players performing at high levels. A couple, doing the roles to the best of their ability, and it really helped us.
Yeah, we had one of them on here a few minutes ago. We, of course, Ethan. Ethan was on here.
Yeah, he didn't play well enough. No, I'm kidding. No, I was happy for Ethan.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised. I mean,
No.
The kid, he's been successful wherever he's played since last offseason, whether it's Barbados or all over the Southeast in big shot circuit. I mean, he's had success, and the kid just works his hind end off all the time. He's always working.
No, Kyle looked really good as well.
Yep. Those two are always going to be huge for us. Kyle being, our only true post player.
That's right.
But he just battles. I mean,
I didn't even think that existed anymore in basketball, right?
Yeah. Well, after he hit 4 threes, he may decide it don't exist anymore either.
Yeah. Apparently not.
He don't supposed to be shooting threes.
Yeah. I told him over the summer. I said, you get one a game, you miss it, you don't get to shoot no more.
It's so weird, back in the days, if you even ventured out that way, you're probably going to get benched,
Yeah.
But you see it so much today in today's game. I think it came with a lot of the European players and stuff, with the way they play and stuff, and it's kind of really changed the game in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, and he's really improved on his shooting. That allows him to have that freedom to be able to go out there beyond the paint. May look a little unconventional to see a post player out there, but as long as he keeps,
It seems like that 15-foot jumper is dead now.
Oh yeah, I mean that is such an unappreciated aspect of the game that isn't there anymore, or at least not many kids try to get to it. But I think of this is digging back a little bit, but I think of Taylor Justice from Hurley, Tate and Sykes, and even Logan Lester. I mean those kids, they lived in that mid-range game.
Yeah.
And it was their jumpers were beautiful, and they scored that 15 to 20 points a game, and they lived right there in that mid-zone range. We try to shoot those shots every day at practice. Hopefully we take a little more of them instead of a little less threes. But
That's just not cool, though. That 15-foot jumper don't look as good.
well,
It works though.
Yeah.
Wins
Yeah.
games.
it's working right now.
I tell a lot of people, you win games in the paint.
Yeah,
That's where you win games.
yeah,
Not on that 3-point line.
yeah.
It's in the paint where you win games.
One thing I was just sitting over there looking through some notes and some reports from the last game we had against Richlands, and the week before, I love this group. they've been with me for a long time, dating all the way, pre Coach Looney time frame. But this group don't like to be told no or told they can't. They thrive on being doubted. So that kind of helps me in a way as a coach because I'm able to challenge them.
Use
a little
that
bit
every
more.
game.
I challenge them all the time. So like the week before Richlands, we went down the spiel of, I'm not even going to ask y'all to get on the floor. You all won't do it. It's been 4 years. I've begged you to get on the floor after 50-50 balls. I'm just not going to ask you to do it anymore. Well, that was, just smoke and mirrors. I knew that would light a fire in them. And I can't tell you how many times they've been on the floor in practice, how many times they've been on the floor at Richlands, more than I've seen from a Grundy team in a long time. But we definitely won that 50-50 battle against Richlands. But now, looking at the report, rebounding.
Yeah.
You talk about winning the game in the paint. I think rebounding is the most important statistic in basketball. That's a extra possession you get. That's a possession you keep away from your opponent. And we have to win the rebounding game. We're undersized. We have to be fundamental in box outs. Everybody's got to get to the body. And then we can worry about transition. Right. But we have to control the boards to be able for us to win.
I see, of course, like we was talking about Kyle, 9 rebounds, but also pretty good there on the boards with Ryder Adyson, also have 9. And I know Ethan mentioned him earlier that he is how did he put it? That he was
he's a teammate that shows up and they shoot 3-pointers before school, just because
that he pushes him. That's what he said.
They push each other, and
Tim asked him what person on the team really pushes you to be better, and he actually said Ryder did.
What about Ryder? I mean, what about that kid?
How much he's grown.
I know. I shared a post from December 6th, 2021 or 22 with our little group chat there yesterday of all these kids when they were 8th graders. And, just looking at the transformation of some of these kids, like we're talking about Ryder. I mean, what about him? He is yet, from the end of last season, he came to me and he said, what do I need to work on?
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't even care about the rest of this season. What do I need to work on until next year that I can get more playing time? And at that time, he was already starting to do anything I asked him to do. And the kid just went to work in this offseason. I mean, he's never has let me down this offseason so far. He rebounds. That was one of the things I challenged him to do, was to be in that 8 to 10 rebounds a game mark. And look, there he is. He's right there doing it. Yeah. I have no doubt he won't continue to do it because that's just that kid. Yeah. You want that kid on your team. Yeah, you want that teammate that pushes you. Yeah. He's that kid. And like he's right up there with probably our most improved player. A couple years ago, we didn't know where Ryder's, ceiling may be, and he just keeps improving, keep going there, and it's all because we got a bunch of kids from the top down that just work, and they don't know anything different but to work, and they love getting in the gym, they love going to the Y, they love just spending time on a court and spending time together, and that's that's a big thing for us is all that time we get to spend together.
Team building. That's the most important.
That's right.
We had mentioned that before. I think me and Chris was talking about it. That's something that Doc does a lot of. We seen recently he took the girls on a trip down to Pikeville and everything, and that team building is a real big thing.
Yeah,
very important.
I remember years ago when I was still coaching underneath Doc. We took that one group of boys that had Corey King, Cade, Logan Boyd. We took that group to an escape room.
Yes.
And we got to sit in the back and watch them try to escape. But that was a fun team building, and it's so important for a team to build that chemistry, to just enjoy being around each other, because you're going to have moments where you're frustrated with each other, and when you have that that background of friendship that's below everything else, you'll be able to work through anything. I got a group of friends that we don't talk as often as we used to from the Twin Valley days, but I know if I send them a message, they'll still message back because Coach Moore had us doing all that team building back in the day. One of the things we that I've tried to always do for them since I took over is every summer we're going to go to a team camp that's away from here.
Yeah.
I want to give them just as many experiences in life as I do in basketball. So, year one, we went down to Wofford. That's a beautiful campus down there in Spartanburg. Great food. And they had a good time. I booked that because every single kid was going to get their own individual room, and they just shared a bathroom, and they had a common area for the students.
Oh yeah.
And the very first night at Big Check, what do I see?
They all in one place.
They've all got their beds pulled into one little place. They're hanging out, and I'm like, well, I was like, I'm not gonna get mad at y'all for that. I was like, you just make sure you go to sleep. And then this year we went to Wake. It was fantastic too. A lot of good competition down there. First night, what do I see? They got mattresses pulled in one room. They're sleeping under each other's bunks. I mean, anything they can do to hang out. I mean, I'm all about it. All about them getting to spend as much time together as possible.
Well, you built a program. You took over for Doc. Doc stepped out for a year and wanted to spend time with Cade, watch Cade play his last year of high school. That's what he told us.
College.
College, and you came in. You was already there. You was doing a lot behind the scene work people had never seen. They don't know Jory Rife like I know Jory Rife, or Coach Rife. I apologize. But fundamentals is your number one key. How you dribble about basketball, how you get a step and turn, how you do this, how you do that. Just fundamentals. That's you love doing that part of it. Where a lot of people don't see that fundamental side. They see coaching, let's run a gun.
Yeah.
But you got to have fundamentals to be able to do anything up and down that court.
Right.
And that's where you came in. When you came into that program and you was head coach, you took over. You didn't change much because you was already there. And they knew the type of offense and defense that you wanted to run because you already been doing it. Doc, loved Doc. Think the world of Doc, he done an excellent job. But he used you as a starting guy because you was pushing them already. You was doing different stuff with them. So when you come into the head coach, it's a little different role, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, a little bit more responsibility. You had to make sure they eat, make sure they get to and from, make you school bus license. I mean, that's a lot to it, right?
Yeah.
Make sure the uniforms washed.
Yep.
Make sure your wife washes uniforms.
Well, luckily I got an assistant like Greg.
Well, yeah, I forget about Greg.
That takes care of a lot of that.
You do have a good assistant. You got Greg McClanahan. You have Canaan Stilner. Canaan's been there for 8 years, and he is excellent. He's excellent there. You got Ben Looney.
Yep.
Then you have who else do you have?
I got Mark England.
Bebo.
Yeah, Bebo.
Bebo.
Yep.
Bebo, and he's doing all your JV stuff.
He is.
And what I like about your program, Coach, is you take your JV and your varsity and we're going to run it hard ahead of each other. I don't care what's going on. If something messes up, we're going to blow the whistle. We're going to walk through it till we get it.
Yep.
That's what I like about you.
That's right.
You're teaching both sides. Plus, you're learning your JV boys. When they get to you, they're already adapt to your style.
Make it a smooth transition.
Right.
That's where your program comes. That's what I'm talking about. You build that program, and you built the program to great. It's great. You do get aggravated.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a little aggravated.
You do get, and that's normal because every coach gets that when they're out there, and they can do
aggravation.
better.
That's called having passion.
That's passion.
That's right. That's part of our passion, fire, and energy right there.
Yeah.
But I love watching you coach because I know when they're doing right, when they're doing wrong, just by your body language, and everybody does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way a coach is because you get down the throats.
Well, you got to remember he did play under Moore, so
Yeah. Yep.
Pack defense.
got to have a little bit of that passion.
Yeah.
Pack defense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I am so thankful that you're at Grundy High School. You could be anywhere else in the county, or you can be out of the county. You could go anywhere you wanted to coach. And I'm so thankful you're at Grundy High School because Grundy High School needs you. They needed you as a head basketball coach. Nothing against Doc. I love Doc. But they needed you for your fundamentals, your talent, because you can bring it out of them guys. Ryder Anderson's the very first one comes to my mind. He come to you, like you said, asked you, what can I do, Coach? I ain't worried about this year. Let's worry about my senior year. And you told him, and he done it. There's not many coaches can do that.
Yeah.
And I applaud you for that.
Well, thank
I
you.
do.
That means a lot.
Well,
I don't know if it's say that I built this. I'm standing on, the shoulders of other people like Doc and Coach Moore that really showed me the way. A couple years ago, I probably could have had an opportunity to be a head coach somewhere else, but it just didn't feel right. And looking back at it now, I'm glad I didn't, because there's so much more that I needed to learn. And I just feel like young guys, and I guess I'm not a young guy anymore, younger coaches, they're so excited for that title, and it's so hard to not want to jump at the first opportunity to get that title of head coach. But this goes back to another lesson of Coach Moore, was paying your dues. Yeah. And I just kept, I stayed where I was because I love the program. I love the kids in the program. And that's exactly what you said a minute ago. If you build it as a program instead of just a varsity team and a JV team, you build it as a program. Yeah. And kids come into the program at 6th grade in our middle school. And I try to be middle school practices as much as I can, a couple of middle school games. Give them just the, just
start
a taste.
To get to know these kids and know who they are.
Yeah. Just give them a taste of what things are going to be like in a few years. In the end, when they get to 8th grade, they'll play a little bit of middle school, then they'll come to JV. And they'll get a little more maybe of our offense, a little more of our defense, without, I'm not going to undercut Jake Stacy there on middle school. I'm not going to undercut Mark England there on JV. It's still their teams to manage through the games, and offense, defense, whatever they think is the best for their kids. But as long as we rep some of the things that we're building toward in those practices, when it's time to go to varsity, if you look at, our minute breakdown from the other night, there was 6 kids that played the majority of that game. Yeah. We're one injury away from
That's right.
From some of those JV kids having to come to varsity and play major minutes. And just think of how much easier it is when those kids get pulled up in those situations and they're like, oh, well, I already know what I'm supposed to do here. We ran this on JV. We ran this on middle school 4 years ago. And
that's huge.
That's right. And
that's his program.
Yeah.
And there's just so many extra things that when they come to me, we don't have to work on because the kids already know it. That gives us more practice time to do other things.
Too many times, I believe, at the varsity level, it's almost like you got to go back into teaching. It's like you've got to jump back 3 years and teach something that should have been taught at the 6th, 7th grade level.
Right. And what that really opens up for us is practice time to do one thing that I think gets overlooked a lot, and that's letting the kids shoot.
Yep.
You got to let them run through game-like shooting drills in practice. You can't expect them to be able to hit shots if they never shoot in practice. That's right. All you do is an hour of X's and O's and then 30 minutes of game, planning. They're never going to be able to execute. And
that's right.
I don't know if talking to Ethan or even when talking to Keyston or any of the other kids that's played under me for a while, we got core values in our program that we have to live by. And those have come to us through years of being together. And number one is our composure. Yeah. We have to be composed. You have to keep a level head no matter if things are going well, if things are just terrible.
Right.
You win a game, you can't get the big head. You got to be humble. If you lose a game, you can't get too low and think the sky's falling. You have to be, composed, because we're talking about basketball. But 5-10 years from now, what happens if you lose your job?
Right.
What happens if your family has an emergency? You have to be composed in those situations. And if I can use basketball as a tool to teach them that, 100%, that's the real job.
Yes.
It's not X's and O's.
Life lessons.
And the next part is, our connection. We're all in this together. We are more than just two bodies sitting side by side. We're more than just three people sitting side by side.
Right.
We have our minds, we have our souls, we have our hearts. Yeah. And if we're in it together and we're, connected, that'll get us through tough situations. And that's the same in life too. Yeah. And then the third biggest one is execution. It doesn't matter how much you practice. It doesn't matter how much you prepare for that test. If you don't go out and execute it, if you don't go out and pass that test, it doesn't matter. You have to execute. You could go to school to be, and I tell them this, you go to school to be a neurosurgeon. Go through all that school, all that hard work. But if you don't have steady hands, you're not going to be one.
Right.
You have to be able to execute these things, and to me, that's more than basketball. It's life lessons.
That's right. That's why I like talking to you, Coach. I mean, you love basketball, you got passion, but you teach beyond that, and that's what it should be.
Right.
Looking at your schedule, you got a tough schedule.
Oh yeah.
Somebody on that schedule who you want to beat the most.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
I know it is.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And there might be teams that ain't even on the schedule yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Region.
That I'd like
In
to
region.
I'd like to get.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm tickled death that you're at Grundy High School. Stepping in next year, Southern Gap.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on being there
Congratulations
too.
on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
I think as well, you deserve that.
Appreciate that.
And I really think that you'll make differences in all of the kids' life when they come together as one on your team. And I think you're going to do great, like you said, from the middle school program all the way to the varsity, like you already built it. You already did at Grundy High School. But up here, again, it's your program. You're starting from scratch again.
Yeah.
And you'll build a good program. and I'm so thankful that you've got it. And you're the right man for the positions. And I'm excited. I love Grundy. I'm a Grundy. I bleed blue and gold when you cut me. But it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for us to be one.
Yeah. Just
And you know, there's a lot of talent there. Yeah, I know we've talked so much about during the fall sports about the middle school football program that they have established, and the talent there. And those are not just football players by any means. You've got a lot of them that are going to translate over to the basketball court, like
Yes.
like Carson at Hurley,
yeah.
and then some of the ones you've got on your
Yeah.
program right now in JV and stuff. And you combined all that talent, you know, you see a very bright future there for sure.
Oh, 100%. I don't know if any of y'all paid attention in the spring, but Jake and Ben got all those kids together and went to a couple travel tournaments, and
Done good.
they won.
Yep.
They didn't just finish third or fourth. I mean, they won a couple of those
That's
tournaments.
the way it should be.
And there's talent all over the county.
Yeah.
Just being separated right now, you can see with Twin Valley not having a varsity girls, with Grundy not having a JV girls, and you see that all the schools right now, just the attendance is dropping.
Yeah, that's the
It's
crazy
time.
part you was mentioning about Twin Valley. You know, Twin Valley has the JV girls and no varsity, but there's no other JV girls in the county.
Yeah,
That's the sad part.
That is
insane.
sad. That is sad.
And then, like, we had Coach Sifford from Council on here earlier. He's running about 7 boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy.
So
you know, how are you supposed to practice
Right.
when you have those numbers like that?
yeah, he don't have a JV.
yeah.
Yeah, no JV either.
So you've got 6 seniors, and you got 10 total, right? Players.
Got 8 total players right now.
Okay.
White, Street, and Carter Deal eventually will make their way to varsity. I'm a big believer in not just bringing the kid up too early and setting. Those two, I have high expectations for Southern Gap. So I think their best place right now is on JV, where they're going to play a whole lot.
Yeah, that hurts them setting them.
That's right.
Get that in-game experience.
So 6 seniors. You've got 8 total right now. 6 of them seniors. So you're starting all over next year. But you've got a good group of JV kids coming. And you've got some great kids from Hurley coming, some good kids from Twin Valley coming. You know, Braden White. That's one right off the top of my head. I mean, I know Braden very good.
Yeah.
And great ball player. And you've been around him all your life. You know, you've seen him grow up. So you're looking at all them when they come to one. What kind of ball team you'll have. Not saying nothing negative about any other ball team right now in the county, but it amazes me that you have 6 seniors
Yeah.
out of 8 kids.
Yep. That just shows you
And
how.
you would have had, if Keyston come out, you'd had 7.
That's right.
You know, it bum puzzles me, man. That many kids, and they're tight group kids.
Oh yeah.
They're tight. Every evening after school, they go to the Y. If you don't have them there practicing, then they come up there to practice for you for 2 or 3 hours.
Could be a very, very young group there in that first year,
It's going to be
with the exception of Braden, possibly.
Yeah, Braden and Jackson Deal. I mean, those two are going to.
That's
Yeah.
you.
They're right. Braden's going to have success this year, being the leader of Twin Valley, and he's going to have great games because he's a really good player. and he's going to be the leader of that team. Jackson right now, right? He's the sixth man coming off the bench. He's getting a lot of playing time. He does big things for us, but he's going to be thrown into, now you're a leader and you're the main contributor along with Braden at this, at Southern Gap.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but I'm really excited for it. I want to see. I want to see what we can do, and if there's any way possible that I can save some of those kids that are currently 8th graders from just sitting on the bench and not throw them to the fire right away in varsity and 2A. I'll try to do it.
Yeah.
Just because, Jay Billis in his book, Toughness, he talks about that. Sometimes we put so much pressure on these freshmen, whether it's high school freshmen or college freshmen.
Definitely with the college game, because that's all they are,
Yeah, we just put so much pressure on them that they never get to develop. We forget they still need to develop. They're not, they're doing great things, and you want them to, do great things, but they have to have that time to develop. So if there's a way,
it makes so much sense because you can tell that in the NBA a lot of times. You'll have this great college player come in, and he really don't hit his stride until about 2 or 3 years, which would have been his senior year if he would have stayed in college for years.
Right.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching you guys. I know you coach well. I've seen you coach many years. And we was just talking about this YMCA summer program that you always do, basketball program, the camp. Basketball camp that you always give back to the community, and you stepped in and took that role from Coach Moore. So it seems like you've really filled Coach Moore's shoes, because you was right there with him for a long time, and then he came to Grundy, then he left, went back to Twin Valley, and then you came to Grundy, and now you're taking over his basketball camp too. I call it his basketball camp, but it's been a lot more before him. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see what the boys can do. I know what they're capable of doing.
That's right.
Now them executing it is up to them, because you can take them to war, but you can't fight for them.
That's right.
That's what I can't wait to watch you. And I'm so thankful that you come on this program just to express what you did. I didn't have to ask the first question.
Yeah.
Well,
you was prepared.
I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you being prepared, because you've got sleepers on that team that's going to come out, it's going to surprise a lot of people. You done talked about one, but you got more than him that's going to show up one night, and they're going to say, where'd this kid come from?
And don't forget about not downplaying anything that Ethan and Kyle do. Those kids ain't going to surprise me.
No.
All right. If we were to play tomorrow and it flips and Kyle has 25 and Ethan has 20, I'm not surprised because of what they do.
Right.
But those others on the team, they deserve their flowers too. Like we've talked about Ryder, talked a little bit about Jackson, Logan Fuller. Right, that was a little close of a game there with Richlands throughout the majority of it. Then all of a sudden, boom, Logan woke up and he got out in transition, and he went from having 2 points in the first half and finished with 11. I mean, when Logan wakes up, he is one of the best players in our district.
Yeah,
and
good athlete.
He does so much for us, and that's another one. You should see that JV picture from when they're in 8th grade. You talk about transforming your body, committing to wanting to get better and changing for the better. Logan Fuller is one of the biggest examples we have of a kid that in 8th grade said, I want to play varsity basketball, but I know I can't play it right now. What do I need to do? And, we worked through it for him, and it was like every year after his 8th grade year, well, what do I need to do now? Then boom, after his freshman, what do I need to do now? And then it just kept going. Good. And Braden Conway, I mean.
I was going to say Conway.
That kid.
That's another one.
That kid is like, our Swiss Army knife. If we need him to score, he can score. If we need him to rebound, he'll rebound. Handle the ball, I'll do that too.
If you need just box one.
I mean, the kid will do whatever we need. And I can't tell you how many times he always asks, who am I guarding?
Yeah.
Who am I guarding? Who am I guarding? Can I guard Mike Reese?
Yeah.
Can I guard, he'll ask to guard the other team's best players, and he wants that. He wants to star in his role.
Yeah. Good kid, good ball player. So I'm telling you, it's not, you got to have shooters. We understand that. We got to rebound. But you got, other than Ethan and Kyle Hunt, you've got a lot of potential. Each one of them guys bring a different whatever position,
Yeah, whatever
you need,
skill
they
may
need
be.
skill. They need that game. It might be different. You know, Logan might come in and he want rebound. You don't never know. You know, Conaway come in, he's shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Next game he might be rebounding. You know, and that's the way it should be.
That's right.
We need to be all about let's get to the ball, let's get the ball, let's keep the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we keep the ball from them, there ain't no way they're gonna beat us.
Right.
So,
You
man,
know-
I'm excited. You got me pumped.
Yeah. You know, good players will do their job, but great players will find
That's
a
right.
job to make the team better.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in finishing, I had one question I was wanting to ask you. You know, being under Coach Looney for a while, and then also, you know, playing under Coach Moore and being around him a lot. What things, from a coaching aspect, can you take from both of those and put in your own philosophy?
Well, yeah, I've already stole from both of them. I
Yeah.
mean, coaches are nothing but the best thieves there is out there.
Oh, yeah.
And
know
so
what that is.
I think a lot of my time playing under Coach Moore, and then even the 2 seasons I spent at Twin Valley coaching with him,
Yeah.
a lot of I pulled from Moore was preparation
Yeah.
and practice planning.
Yeah.
And I think Moore does such a great job preparing his teams to go in that maybe you might struggle with the in-game adjustments, but Moore's teams are always prepared. I mean, even right now at Richlands, they are prepared.
Yeah.
And that's a really good Richlands team over there, and that's only his 2nd season over there. But wherever Moore's been, those teams are prepared. You go to Moore's time at Grundy, Bub and them, they were prepared.
Yeah.
You go to Moore's time at Twin Valley, they were prepared. And then Doc, I can't say enough about Doc. I'd say everything else I got from him.
Yeah.
You know, managing a program as far as who's going to drive the bus, who's going to get meals. All right, we need to order new uniforms, need to order shoes. How do I do that? And Doc's always there to lend a helping hand. And then, you know, one thing Doc and I kind of pride ourselves on is, you know, we're the outsiders. We're not in the school system. We're outside. We do it because we are just
You love the game.
we love it. We're obsessed with it maybe sometimes, and we beat ourselves up. But you just got to keep looking for knowledge. You're never going to know enough. I'm never, going to know as much as a Coach Moore or any of the other coaches that come before me. But what I can do is try to learn as much as I can. And
Take bits and pieces
never-
from all of them. Yeah.
I'm never going to be that coach who thinks I got the answers for everything, because I don't. I don't. There's a few things right now I'm still, anxious about, because if we were to play tomorrow and see certain defense, I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, we didn't prepare for that.
Yeah.
And
it happens.
it does.
It happens.
But Coach, we really appreciate you joining
thank
us
you.
today. Yeah. All right, Tim. We'll move on to the schedule for next week. Like I was telling you earlier, quite a few games, which you got to look boys and girls, each one and stuff.
A lot of schedules.
Yeah. So on Monday, the 8th, you've got Eastside going to Hurley. That'll be boys and girls both. Ridgeview at Grundy, boys and girls both. Moving on to Tuesday, Castlewood at Twin Valley. That'll just be the boys. Richlands at Hurley, boys and girls. Tazewell at Grundy, boys and girls. And then I misspelled
Girl.
that. I misspelled that. Council's girls will be playing at J.I. Burton.
But J.I. Butt.
Autocorrect there, buddy. They don't know the word Burton.
No, they don't.
No.
That's a
And then on Wednesday, indoor track will get fired up. We'll
Yes.
call it indoor track.
yeah. It's a polar bear. That means it's outside.
Abington Polar Bear at Abington High School. And I was just informed a few minutes ago that most of the places around Southwest Virginia don't actually have an indoor track to run on. So most of these events that are called Polar Bear are actually outside.
Yeah. So if you see a polar bear event, and you want to go watch it, you make sure you bundle up.
Yeah, you're not going to be sitting inside.
No. No.
I'm glad I got that bit of information. Thursday, December the 11th, hosting at Twin Valley. Of course, that'll be the boys. Castlewood at Council, boys and girls. They doing okay. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah.
Castlewood. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Castlewood at Council, boys and girls. And then moving on to Friday, Rycove at Council. That'll just be the boys. And Hurley at Tazewell, boys and girls. Lebanon at Grundy, boys and girls. And also Friday, the Smoky Mountain Duel at apparently I looked this up, a very nice facility.
Very nice.
They deal in a little bit of everything down there. Rocky Top Sports World in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yes.
I guess they host a lot, probably it looks like a lot of basketball tournaments and stuff down there too.
Yes, basketball, volleyball, baseball, soccer, they do it all.
I know from looking at the pictures, it looks like they've got quite a nice complex.
They've done well.
And that'll be both Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
And then also on Saturday, we've got what they're called is called the East Coast Elite. That's an indoor track event, and that is indoor.
That is at Roanoke College.
Roanoke College.
And that is indoor, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So looks like a very busy week, and for sure.
Yeah, it's a busy week for all of our young adults, young children, young adults in our all schools. They've come out of football playing on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And cheering on Friday nights and playing volleyball. Volleyball played like that 2 or 3 games every week, so volleyball's used to it. But when you come from a football standpoint to a basketball standpoint, you're playing 3 and 4 games a week.
And guys, looking at this schedule and stuff, there's a lot of opportunities for people in the community to get out. I mean, Hurley's got looks like 2 different games this week at home. Grundy's at home for 3 games. Council's at home 2 nights, and that's a lot of opportunities to get out. Looks like Twin Valley's also got 2 at home this week. So definitely get out, and you don't have to travel much. Just stay right here in the county and
support your local kids. Get out and show your support to them, because this is the last year.
Yeah, and it seems like we're beating a dead horse with that. Yeah. We continue to say that, but most of the people, if they're just fans or if they're grandparents or kids, most of them has also attended the school themselves.
True.
And once it's all over, it's over, and that's it.
I seen on Facebook or Jory or somebody with the Grundy Athletics, might have been Coach Bostic.
Yeah.
He's putting some uniforms on sale, basketball uniforms, warm-ups and stuff. So
yeah, definitely check those out. I know the wife had mentioned something about wanting one of those hoodies, because when Lucas played and everything, that was the hoodie that he wore and everything. So might have to check into that myself.
Yeah, you better get into that, because they'll go quick.
Did you play basketball?
Never did. I wrestled instead of playing basketball.
Yeah.
I wrestled.
Yeah, I should have figured that, because that'd be about impossible to do wrestling and basketball.
Well, you had to. When I was in school, there was you picked which one do you want to wrestle, you want to play basketball. Now they make it where if you want to play both, they'll try to make it where you can be both. But it's because our numbers.
Yeah.
But back then when I was in school, there wasn't a problem with numbers. We was double A and stuff. So.
But but like we said, definitely get out and try to support your local schools and stuff. A lot of opportunities this week with a lot of games within the county.
Yeah, I just pray that all the county kids and whoever, it don't matter if they're county or not, that they make it through this week and no injuries.
And safe travel, because you never know with this weather and stuff.
Yes.
I know me and you both have probably been on some of them buses coming back home in high school. And
oh, yeah.
You get that snow while you're at a school or something, and then you're having to try to pray across the mountain on that bus through hard.
Yeah, pray for the school bus drivers.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I guess that's it for this week. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Like the video, comment, leave a comment, subscribe. I always tell them that every week when I post the video, but I can't remember exactly what we're up to on the YouTube channel now, but I know it's over 100 and stuff on the subscribers. But I know, like we said before, a lot of people don't necessarily subscribe, they just watch it.
Right.
But we're well over 7,800 followers on the Facebook page now. So
thank you guys for that. That's a blessing to us.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll catch you here next week.
Yeah, hey, drop.